to another learning lesson right here on Street Biashara, where we test your general knowledge on financial and business terms. I'm your host, Brenda Nyamichabo. Now, East Africa Cable is in talks with SBM Kenya, which is seeking to liquidate the loss-making manufacturer for defaulting on servicing a 285 million Kenyan shilling unsecured loan. The term we're looking at today is liquidation. In simple words, let me get to your understanding of this term. So let's go and find out.
Liquidation is a process whereby a company gets rid of its assets by selling the company. It's selling its assets so that the company can be wound up, be no more.
Liquidation, it doesn't even happen here. It happen liquidation ingine, it happen United States, you know.
In English term is digestion of something.
Okay.
So like if you want to liquidate at an asset, like I have a bundle of money, I want to pieces, it's almost like a liquidation.
No. Liquidation?
Liquidation is a process of no. Hopefully, I got it wrong. So
changing a fixed asset into cash.
maybe I make a pesa kwa bank.
Let's say you have assets that you want to sell and you get cash back.
Liquidation is a term we come across quite a lot, whether we're talking about companies or we're reading it on the newspapers. Now, when I went to the streets to get to know whether you understand this term, I got very interesting answers. But guess what? We're back in studio and we're going to get a clear explanation of what liquidation is. And the economic analyst joining me today is the one and only Mr. Nahashan Otieno. Thank you so much for joining me on Street Biashara once again.
You're welcome.
Now, let's just get down to it and you break it down for us. What is liquidation?
Liquidation in finance or in economics simply means the process of ending a business entity.
Okay, straight to the process of ending a business entity.
Yeah, the process of ending a business entity.
Okay, now how are losses of a company shared after liquidation?
There are so many ways, but it depends also with the memorandum of the business entity. But if the partners or the shareholders can decide to agree on how to share the losses. If they don't agree, then they can go through the court system. If that one still, they don't go that, then they can do that through their contributions. So that the person who contributed a larger share bear the greatest burden.
Okay.
They incur the greatest loss. Then the person who shared,
The list.
who contributed the least, incur the least share, the least losses. And like, just the same way, if there were profits made when it's being liquidated, then the person who contributed the largest share will want to do what? To get the most, or the larger part of the profit.
Okay.
So they can do that in terms of contribution or through court system.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Nahashan Otieno.
Thank you very much for that.
Well, there you have it. That's a clear explanation of what liquidation is. I do hope you understood as much as I did, because when I do come out to ask you this time again, I do hope you get the right answer. Now, that brings us to the end of this episode of Street Biashara. I'll see you in the next one.